Don't you be afraid.
Hey guys, welcome to the ANX Weekly Update, where we bring you the latest video game, anime, and movie news. I'm Unbiased Ann, and I'm here with Genesis and Terrence. What's going on, guys?
Not much. What's going on? Why are you so quiet?
A little frustrated, but let's get into what we're going to talk about.
We need
today.
some energy. Get loud, get crunk.
You need some Monster? Red Bull?
No.
Speed?
I think I got some of that Mountain Dew gamer fuel.
Do you?
Yeah, in the refrigerator. So let's just turn all this off and have him drink that.
Let's go take some shots of that.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, y'all ready to get into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of news today. We got a lot of games that came out, which is kind of strange. So let's jump right into round one.
Round one.
First,
ANX Versus.
ANX Versus. So we got a new show. It's going to be premiering this week. Should be already out by the time this video drops on our YouTube channel on AVersion TV. So ANX Versus will be the first video anyway. Me versus Terrence at Street Fighter V Champion Edition. So this is where we're going to house all of our one-on-one battles, no matter what the game is, no matter who's playing. And we'll take snippets from our podcast, ANX Gamecast, where we do some really crazy debates, and we'll put them there too.
So-and-so versus so-and-so, basically. Or not so-and-so, but it's going to be constant, either fighting verbally or through a game.
Or both physically.
Yeah, hopefully not physically.
Stone Cold Stunner.
No,
Yeah.
we don't need any of that.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so just giving you all the update on that. Let's see what else we got. Fan Expo Dallas. So we've been talking about it. We've been teasing it. We're going to do it. We might not do it.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, it's officially been postponed.
Yeah.
Until June.
Which is probably a good thing.
It's a good thing to keep everybody safe. It's a good thing for us because we wanted to have more content out when it was time to go and promote at a large convention like that. So I think we were at like a 85% chance of doing this one that got postponed. I think we're going to be 110% chance that we will be doing this.
Yeah.
So they set a date. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I think it was like June 21st or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think, towards the end of June for sure.
Right. So if you're in the DFW area, then come out and see us. We're still going to be doing all the cool giveaways because we don't have anybody to give away to.
Right. We still have all this stuff.
We just got all the stuff just sitting around. So we got to give it to somebody. So we'll do that in June. New this week.
I love these.
Funko Pops. And I think on the last show I said, I'm not buying all these Dragon Ball Z Pops.
Yeah.
You did.
I didn't. I didn't know. They put out like 30 of them, man. I bought 2. Come on.
These are from the Emerald City Comic Con, right?
No, just one.
Oh, okay.
So the first one, we got Goku eating noodles. It's an Amazon exclusive.
I love this one. It's so cute. It makes me want to eat noodles.
I mean, it's a dead Goku eating noodles. So,
But it's so cute.
yeah. So that one was cool. Then they came out with the Vegeta, which is part of the Emerald City Comic Con, also eating noodles. I didn't realize, based off what I saw in Dragon Ball Super, because he would always get punked out, that he was allowed to eat noodles. I thought he was only allowed to cook for Beerus. So
Who?
Vegeta.
Oh.
But it does say Dragon Ball Z. This is a Dragon Ball Z Pop, not Dragon Ball Super. So, okay.
Okay.
This is back when he was still allowed to eat, you know. He wasn't just a punk for Beerus.
Stop. You like Vegeta.
Not no more.
Oh.
No. We talked about this on the podcast.
Well, I can't keep up with everything we talk about.
Shoot. Cooking for Beerus. What?
Well, Beerus is like the man.
I die before I cook for you. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. Anyway.
But he knew his place.
Well, whatever. Same thing you said when we did the podcast. Come with something new.
He stands by his original statement.
I stand by my original statement.
Okay. Well, these pops are cool. We got them right here in the flesh. If you want to have them, also link down in the description below. We got through round 1 pretty quick.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for round 2?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do this.
Round 2.
All right. We got some new games. I'm going to lean on Terrence for this one because this ain't my thing. It's your thing.
It's your thing.
My Hero 1's Justice 2. I don't even like the name. Don't even roll off the tongue. Seemed like something whack. Seemed like something Midoria would be in. So, did you play the first one? I'm assuming that's the first one.
I did play. I had the first one. Well, the first one was just kind of like you pick a character and you pick a character you want to fight against.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just looks like a fighting game.
Yeah, it was a fighting game, and it didn't have any. It wasn't story driven.
Okay.
Supposedly, this has a little bit more of a story.
From the trailer that I saw, it had some story elements in it,
Correct.
but it wasn't like a.
Not heavy.
No,
Well, it wasn't like a Xenoverse.
it's more for direction.
It was just like
more for
it was more
direction.
like still images. Like,
Yeah, it's more for direction, and it's the last of it deals with the last arc, not the one that's currently going now. It deals with the one before, so it's really not bad. The graphics are as such; they are anime based.
the graphics didn't look bad.
No, it's
but,
anime based.
But the gameplay looked stiff and kind of
It is.
like it didn't look fluid. It didn't look like a whole lot of fun.
I think the story may improve it a little, because at least you kind of know what you're doing or trying to attempt to do, when the first one you didn't.
Well, especially after a full day of us playing Street Fighter, and then I saw the trailer for this, and I'm just like, man.
Yeah, it looked like a off-brand Street Fighter.
Ooh.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I mean, but Street Fighter's like name brand.
Okay.
This, I know My Hero is like a very well-known popular show. I don't mean it like that. I just mean like it looked like a knockoff
Like
of
great
Street Fighter.
value, like a great value Street Fighter.
I guess.
Sometimes great value tastes good though.
I haven't experienced that, but it's so it's a situation where I think you might be comparing Capcom versus like Bandai Namco,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
which is weird because they make Tekken.
Yep.
So it's like
Yeah.
why can't they get anything else
And
right?
Soul Calibur.
It's
Tekken,
weird.
Tekken is dope.
Yeah, Tekken dope. So anyway, you plan on getting this?
No.
And a no for me. What about you?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's move on to the next game. Hidden Through Time. I'm assuming you never heard of this.
Nope.
No, you did, or no, you didn't.
No, he
Nope.
didn't.
Okay.
You know what this looks like?
What does it look like?
That computer game that you play.
I play computer games. Don't tell people I play
Well,
PC games.
I mean, that one PC game. There
No,
was
I
one that you
don't.
were playing. What was it where you build the...
Age of Empires.
This looks like an Age of Empires, but like a more basic or like different theme.
I really didn't understand what was going on, because it seems like you were able to build your city, town, country, whatever, right, to the details of what's inside of houses, right, and buildings. But then it was like hidden through time. Like, so you had to go, they gave you like 3 or 4 things you had to go find, like where's Waldo?
Yeah.
But it's like, if I built this, then obviously I know where it is. So that's the piece I didn't really understand. Or you had to build stuff to put it in motion to get stuff out of the way.
It looked like a kid's game though.
It has a Nickelodeon feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a Nickelodeon feel. Just even in the wording, just the art style, it has a very Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network before dark feel to it.
Yeah.
So you're getting it.
No.
Oh, okay. No.
No.
I will not be getting this, but it surprised me after we actually saw 2 trailers, and one was kind of like story based trailer, right? And then the next one was more of the actual gameplay, and
Yeah.
I was like shocked by the gameplay. I was like, this is not what I was expecting, but still not enough for me to be like, yo, I'm going to get that.
No, I cannot see you playing this at
No?
all.
Man, I'm gonna get it just for that reason.
It looks too basic for you.
Yeah, it looks like it will. Yeah, a lot of.
This looks like something I would play.
Well, do it then, and let us know how it is.
I'm not paying $60 for it.
Oh, who said it was $60?
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
It's about a 19.
I don't know. I have no clue. Because, again, no desire. Let's move on to the next game. Nioh 2. I feel like I'm not pronouncing that right, because something sounds like I'm saying Neo, like from the Matrix, but I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it.
That is how you pronounce it.
Did you play the first one?
I did, and I enjoyed the first one. It was hard, which most of Team Ninja games.
I saw Team Ninja on there, and I was like,
But I played Ninja Gaiden, and I enjoyed it. So, Ninja Gaiden. I enjoyed it. So, it deals a lot with your stance. The first one did.
kind of like, what's the name? What's the game called that we review with Mike? got Game of the Year or something.
I don't know.
Wasn't Dark Souls. It was
That samurai, that ninja Dark Souls game, whatever it's called.
It's of that kind of ilk, where if you don't have the right stance when you're fighting someone, one stance does more power, one stance is better for defense. It's actually a really good game, and this game I will get. So I like this whole samurai.
Yeah. I don't recall seeing any gameplay in this trailer. Did I just miss it?
I can't remember.
Because I was like, the graphics don't seem very good.
Nah, the graphics were dope. Like, the graphics were like crazy.
The face stuff? I feel like the facial stuff was like basic.
Everything I saw, I was like, yeah, this graphics are dope. They did that.
Oh, okay.
Right, but still it doesn't attract you enough to play it.
No, like it kind of does. The thing that turns me off the most is the Team Ninja. I don't enjoy playing Ninja Gaiden.
You didn't enjoy?
No.
Wow.
No. It just wasn't fun to play. Not that it wasn't unique and cool and all that kind of good stuff, stealthy, blah, blah, blah. Learn new moves, great. It's just not fun to play. It's not a fun, enjoyable experience for me. So that and coming off the game that we can't think of the name of. What is the name of that game?
I thought you said Dark Souls.
No. It was it was a Dark Souls.
Come on. You got it. It's right there.
I know.
Do it.
He had the fake arm.
Yeah, shoot people. Come on, do it. Say it.
Goodness.
Hold on, I'm looking up.
And they got Game of the Year. Come on, man. That's terrible.
It was a Dark Souls style game.
I'm not saying it's terrible. You don't know.
Sekiro.
I'm not saying it's terrible. You don't know. I'm saying it's, if we can't think of it and we did a whole podcast of it and played it, and can't remember the name 3 months later, then it probably shouldn't have got Game of the Year. That's a whole different conversation.
Correct.
Anyway, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Do this.
Go ahead and introduce this one, because this is something. This all you, bro. Uh-oh.
Okay. So it's a beautiful, stunning, and graphic game.
Yeah, I mean, it was beautiful.
But what's the name of the game?
Ori. And this is the second one.
Okay, so this is Ori 2, but it's called Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so basically in the first one, Ori was part of a group, and he was like a leaf that was.
Is that the little Lilo and Stitch looking guy? Is that him? Is he Ori?
No.
This little white standing by his rock or whatever?
Yes, that is Ori. He is part of the light. Yeah. And so in the first one,
okay,
which was also beautiful, had beautiful music, and very colorful, even though it was dark.
Yeah.
It's a platformer, so it's a lot of jumping. And as you progress and you get your skill tree up, there's double jumps, there's clinging to walls, running walls. It's done really well. You have epic boss battles, especially for a platformer, and basically you had to restore the forest because the forest had died, and the person who took care of you used to lived a happy life, and you ate fruit, and as it started to die, there was only enough fruit for either him or you. And and so in the first one he gave his life.
It's like the end of Titanic. There's only so much room on the
never seen it
on the piece of wood. Go ahead.
Before his time.
Yeah. That was 98. Okay.
Right. But
was it?
Yeah, and it received a lot of awards, Titanic did. But this one was a great game. That. This one is still beautiful. If you watch the trailer, the art is beautiful. The soundtrack is awesome.
So you call it a platformer because you got to jump around and stuff. Side kind of got that side scrolling Castlevania kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Like from the trailer that I saw, like it has the most amazing graphics for that type of game that I've ever seen in my life.
Platformer.
Yeah. Right. So what you think? You getting it?
Oh yeah.
Did you say you was already playing it?
So let me say this.
Okay.
For everybody who may be on the fence of buying it, but still wants to try it out, go to the GameStop, go to whatever store you get, buy you a 1 month or 3 month Game Pass.
Oh.
It is a Microsoft game, and you can play it for the duration of whatever your pass is. And you'll still get the option to do some other gaming and check out some other games as well, because the Game Pass is pretty big as far as games go. But it's beautiful. And this one, you actually have someone as a friend. So someone that in the game that you will play with. I'm thinking. I don't know yet. I'm just based on the trailer.
Well, you're thinking it might be a 2-player co-op experience.
I don't know.
Because of the owl.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do know that in the first one, it was single player. Mm-hmm. And then also, platform had some Metro-esque kind of stuff going on.
Metroid.
Okay. So it was really, really good. But it's frustrating.
Platformers are frustrating. I don't.
Yeah.
What is a platformer?
Think of all the stuff you hate about Mario.
Correct.
On the Nintendo. Jumping over the gap. And
correct.
Oh, yeah.
Having to jump up.
And making sure you jump the right way.
The right distance, and the right speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Running from this and hiding over here while it passes by, and then you can go and all that kind of stuff.
So, prime example, like he was saying, Mario. Say in Mario when you had the cape and you just kind of fly past everything.
And you go, ooh.
Think about doing that without a cape. And and all you can do is jump.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. Though I have seen people who have one of the rare trophies on Xbox is to beat it without dying.
Okay.
And someone has done it.
Yeah, that was me. So. It's my favorite game. It's my favorite game
that I will get. I like the artsy. It's a tearjerker. I don't know many people who will probably want to do that, but it's one of those emotional games that kind of tries to suck you in.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I probably won't be playing it. I mean, I have the Game Pass, so if I'm just super, super bored because we can't leave the house, then maybe.
Yeah,
but what about you? You playing it?
I mean, I would.
It's all you?
No, I'm not playing it, but I would watch you play it. It looks beautiful.
Okay, I guess we're making progress then. Outside of that bootleg Street Fighter, whatever she was talking about. All right, let's move on to the next game. Call of Duty Warzone. Yes, so I'm all decked out. I got my Modern Warfare. I know this says Black Ops, and everybody knows I hate Black Ops. But the main thing about Black Ops was the mode. It wasn't called Warzone in Black Ops. It was called Blackout Mode. But Warzone is Blackout Mode. Blackout Mode is Battle Royale.
What's Blackout Mode?
It's the Fortnite mode.
Right.
That's the easiest way to put it.
Where you're just running around outside and...
Well, no, what happens is, so let me explain it to you. I know everybody listening
because we
knows.
played together.
Yeah, that's the one where he was hiding in the bathroom. So, and I'm gonna put a link somewhere here. Yeah, to that podcast, maybe. Anyway, basically it's a large map with a bunch of people. So this one in Warzone is up to 150 players. I don't know how many.
Dang.
I don't know how many teams. I guess 50 teams because it's teams of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 teams up to 150 players.
Mm-hmm.
Battle Royale, right? So you're just killing, right? Killing. But every 3 minutes, I think, the area in which you can fight gets smaller.
Gotcha.
Smaller and smaller.
And you
and
have
smaller.
to make it into the. You have to. If you make it, you have to make it into the radius, and it gives you time.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Warzone actually gives you the ability to do like we did 2, or you can do 3 or 4. I don't know. Is that in there as well, or is it just
3 or 4? What?
So I remember how we played in Blackout, where we played in groups of everybody who in that mode we played. It was groups of 2.
Oh, okay. So far, all I've seen is groups of 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked watching y'all play that game.
Yeah.
Where the radius kept getting smaller and smaller.
Look, if it wasn't for the remote control car I was trying to whiz all over the place with.
I know it's a podcast. I know we want y'all to listen and subscribe, but don't listen to him. just look at the middle camera and the one up. Okay. Anyway, but no, I'm excited for this. I felt like Black Ops 4 as a whole was lacking, so it didn't pick up enough steam to put a dent in what's going on with Fortnite. How it just kind of took over gaming for like the past 3 years. It seems like 2 years, whatever it was. This one could, because you have a game where single player is dope, regular multiplayer online is dope. Now you got the Warzone, it's dope. You got I'm not saying microtransactions are good. However, you have a familiar thing for the Fortnite players to come over and do microtransactions here and get cool guns and stuff that you can actually use.
Correct.
In Warzone. You can't get them when you first start. You have to spend money. You can collect money on here and then you can go unlock a drop crate, which in that drop crate you can then get your own custom loadout that you use in multiplayer. It's pretty dope, man.
It's gonna be a good one.
It's
gonna be a good
and
one.
I can't imagine how much better it'll be once they start doing some updates. So, you gonna play it?
I'm gonna play it, and I don't need to get a fro. I don't need to ride a pinata. I can just play the game. All the colorful aspects that Fortnite has, I don't need them.
I'm looking at your glasses right now. But anyway,
Red, Rick Rose.
Okay.
Rick Rose.
Okay. What about you? You playing it over there? You shooting?
No, I'm good.
You gonna be our sniper?
I'm going to pass.
Okay.
But I'll support you by watching you play it.
All right.
As per usual.
Well, I'm going to ask y'all the question, and I will ask everyone watching the question. Question of the week. Can Call of Duty Modern Warfare take over Fortnite? Yes or no?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Are you want us to answer, or are you saying?
Yeah. I hope it does.
Okay, me too.
I would think so. Fortnite, the thing with Fortnite, even though it's huge and has a huge following, it's also kind of been going for a while. At some point, it's got to come down.
But you remember, if you remember, was it about 3 months ago? Where they did the thing where it just ended, and everybody thought that it was done.
Oh,
and
I
then
forgot.
they had the explosion again, and then it was back to like, wow, Fortnite.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Silly.
Stocks plummeted and everything.
And here's what I want to say
Just
about
kidding,
Fortnite.
they didn't.
There have been 2 other games similar to Fortnite, Apex Legend and PUBG. You don't hear about them as much anymore, but you still hear about Fortnite.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I think Fortnite is more for the kids, and the kids get this going. So my thing is, it hasn't been out long enough for the kids now to be like outgrowing that silliness and wanting to switch over to a Call of Duty. But maybe next year, maybe the year after that, it's like all these kids that, you know, play Fortnite, it's like they're going to be in high school. And it's just like, is it really cool for high school kids to be playing Fortnite? I don't know.
I know a 27-year-old who lives and dies by it. So,
I mean, I'm sure there are some adults that play
Right.
it, for
There's
sure.
some adults that play it, but the kids, it's a
I
free
wouldn't
game to
tell anybody.
download.
I wouldn't tell anybody.
All kids can just download it for
tell
free. Well, let
anybody.
me put it this way. I played it. It was trash. I'll never play it again.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't want to build, and at the top of a building, as I'm building my building, shooting at you from the top of it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just so
silly.
fun. Yeah.
So anyway, for everyone out there, y'all answer the question down in the comment section below. Can Call of Duty Modern Warfare take over Fortnite? Yes or no? And hey, drop another game in there that you think can. It could be Apex Legends. You know, I've been hearing a little bit more about Apex.
Have you recent?
So
I mean, they had the
PUBG. No, I haven't heard about PUBG in a while. But Apex was what, season 3?
PUBG had its moment.
Season 4?
PUBG had its moment.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, Apex is still going strong.
They had that update, and they had that pack that came out. So yeah, it's a good game, and you have perks, in-game perks, classes, where Fortnite is
Trash.
Yeah.
Let's move on to round 3. How about that?
Let's do this.
Round 3.
What's this? We got some news. We got some news topics we want to talk about. I don't know which way, what direction I want to go with this first news topic, but I'm showing you why I got a picture of a cool setup. It's all matching. They got red seats and red steering wheels and 3 monitor. Well, why am I showing you this? So there was an article that came out basically saying or implying that African American gamers have a disadvantage when it comes to esports because of the cost of a PC build or just the cost to be a competitive gamer. Thoughts?
Sure. I mean, I think that's probably true in everything in life that where there's competitive something, you know, there's always a disadvantage, especially with sports, because it costs money to be in these leagues. These kids have to do, first of all, not even leagues, forget that. Just to play sports in general costs money.
Well, just to get your equipment and
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it costs money. And then when you start like getting into the more competitive stuff for the kids, it gets like really expensive. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a disadvantage for anyone who's, I don't want to say poor, but if you don't have the money to do it, you know.
Well, the average PC build, a nice PC gaming PC, is at least 15.
Yeah, at least probably more closer to 2000.
Right.
Because the thing I have to always tell people is like, yeah, you can make that cool PC, but if you don't have a monitor to display all the stuff that you built in the PC, then it doesn't matter.
Correct.
So you got to go out and get you a decent monitor too that can handle all of those powerful graphics.
And so that in itself is, because you can buy 2 systems, you actually can buy all 3 systems,
All 3,
and still not put the same amount of money in your PC. Now, given PS5, Xbox X Series, they are going more the route of PC, but these gamers who are and this is the thing, I don't know if there's any sponsors out there who actually sponsor African Americans like they do like some of the other sponsors. Usually when I see some esports, I don't see typically. Now, Street Fighter's different. Street Fighter's a little different, but it's individual. So an individual could get sponsored and be good. But as far as like the team stuff, like the Overwatch and some of those, I don't see a large minority base that plays on PC.
Yeah. I don't know. Like yes and no. I think at the end of the day, it also comes down to what's going on in your home life. I feel like to a certain extent, from my personal experience, I'm not saying this is 100% fact, but my personal experience, I've seen Caucasian gamers that don't do anything but game and they don't work, and it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
So it's not that they can afford these elaborate setups. It's that they're not constantly being hounded to go do something else. And then just over time, if you have somebody buy you a piece of this, a piece of that, you'll accumulate what you need. As far as African American, I'll just stick with that, doing something very similar, they're pegged as lazy and you're a bum and you need to get up and go do something. Where it's just like, okay, so that's the negative stigma. There is no support there.
Well, and you got to have money if you're just gonna stay at home all day and play games.
Correct.
And not work.
Yeah.
I mean, who's supporting you?
But even if you don't have money, you just have that one Street Fighter game. The support system, as far as like, no, okay, yeah, you can do this. Like we've had these conversations. I don't think they were really serious, but we've had conversations about me becoming a pro gamer, and it's it's a lot. You would need a lot of support to get that done and to accomplish that. And not just financially. Financially, yes, but just the support of, hey, I'm actually doing something. I'm trying to achieve something that's not just all games. We talked about that with Ninja's comments.
Yeah.
Not just a game. People out here winning hundreds of thousands of dollars, making real livings, making a real living.
Just on gaming.
Just off gaming. So I think it's twofold. So the money piece is one thing, but also just the support of, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm really going after it. Just back me up here.
Yeah.
Like, even if that just means, yo, I'm gonna be living at your house for the next 6 months to a year. I'm going to be training every day. Yes, it's called training. Just be cool with that.
And it is training. It's a mental training. I mean, it's not which mentally can fatigue the body. Mm-hmm. A friend of mine who is also of minority descent, his son went and played in the Street Fighter tournament.
Okay.
And he lost to the guy who eventually was the number 2 person in the world. Now,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was in Vegas. So a trip to Vegas is not as expensive.
It's dirt cheap right now. I just looked it up.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? Yeah.
But it's not, generally speaking, Vegas tickets are not that expensive.
No, because it's a entertainment district. Mm-hmm. So it's the travel is for.
They want you to get there.
Yeah.
Now the hotels, if you want to stay, on the strip,
hotels
and the food. Oh my gosh!
But the food, my understanding, because I've never been to Vegas, but my understanding is the food on the strip is good because there's a lot of well-known names who have restaurants on the strip.
Yeah.
So I just do want to piggyback before we get to the next news topic on what you said about the mentally draining thing. I don't think people in just normal corporate life take care of themselves enough. I don't think people realize the amount of calories that you burn by thinking.
Yeah.
Google it. Let's move on to the next story. E3 2020.
Yeah.
Whose
So
story was this?
mine.
Mine? Oh, yours.
Yes.
Okay.
So
What's going on?
E3 was canceled, which obviously is a very big deal.
Canceled or?
Well, they announced a cancellation.
Okay.
Now, several of the developers and publishers came out supporting their decision because it is for the safety of everybody to do this. It's a bummer that all of these major things are getting canceled, but it is, for everybody's safety. So I know Nintendo, Xbox, Ubisoft, is that how you say it?
Ubisoft.
And Square Enix came out with a response, and most all of the developers were supportive, but some of them, they didn't say anything bad, but they were just kind of like, well, this is a bummer. So it did catch my eye. I wanted to see what Square Enix wrote. I was just curious. And I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but I just did want to read this real quickly. Part of their response was, our 2020 lineup and the next generation that lies beyond is stronger than ever for Square Enix. Where E3 has always been an incredible moment in time to showcase our upcoming games, we're exploring other options to share our games with you. More to come. Stay tuned. Now, I know that E3, even though they canceled the event, they are looking to see if they can turn it into like an online experience for this year. So I'm thinking they either realize that after they announce the cancellation as opposed to a postponement, or they're not ready to commit because they have to figure out how they're going to make that work.
Well, I just feel like the E3 stuff that we've been watching the past couple of years, it's just like some kind of glorified gaming WWE event.
Pretty much.
You got smoke and you got lights and loud music and people and developers coming out and people losing their mind in the crowd. It's they
want to be entertained. And so the other thing that I was going to say based upon it, Sony's not there anymore anyway.
Right. They weren't going to go.
Nintendo does the Treehouse. So, which they can function outside
and they're doing those Nintendo Directs.
Yeah.
Every whatever it is anyway.
The only people who really show up
are the developers
and Microsoft. So, and Ubisoft and some of the other ones, they always do their individual stuff or whatever. Bethesda. But that's okay because we are gamers. And even if I don't see you, if you show me an awesome trailer and I drool a little bit, I'm going to try to get the game.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead.
Oh, I just want to add one more thing. This is still kind of in line, but it's kind of branching off for a second. I also was looking at there was a company called Predict HQ that
this is family friendly.
They did an estimation of the direct economic loss from the cancellation of more than 10 major tech conferences. Just a couple: Google, Facebook's event, South by Southwest, E3, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're estimating, and this is conservative, because let me back up. One of the major, I think, concerns from a lot of people with this whole coronavirus is, number one, we don't quite know what we're dealing with, and we do not want people to die. But also, this is going to be potentially a huge hit on our economy because people are not outspending money. So this right here, they're predicting a direct economic loss of over $1 billion. And that is more for like the amount of money people would spend on airplanes, food, hotels, things like that. So a lot of people are losing money with these things being canceled. But again, I'm not disagreeing with the cancellation.
Okay. So people spending money on toilet paper and people spending money on water.
And Clorox.
So people are still spending money. They're just not spending money. People are not in these conferences, so they're not needing lunch.
Right.
So they're not needing, all
the hotel industry is getting hit. The airline industry is getting hit.
Correct.
They're not going anywhere.
Now, as he mentioned before, the flights have dropped.
They have
dropped. A friend of mine, she just went to Africa because she got a ticket for like $300 because everything is dropping because they know, the airline companies know, people feel like it's at your own risk to get on an airplane because
Corona.
And people don't clean airplanes like that. I mean, they clean them, but they don't clean them. They don't disinfect them.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they clean them more than they do the movie theaters. And I think we saw an article about the movie theaters cutting cutting
Corners
it in,
on that. Oh,
cutting
yeah.
it in half as far
The
as
movie theaters,
the
yeah.
attendance.
Cinemark or somebody released, they're only going to be filling 50% of the theater.
Right.
All
But it's
theaters.
like we already know them 16-year-old kids, shout out, don't clean crap in there.
No,
Every time I go to movie theater, I'm getting stuck to the floor.
Yeah, and it's still popcorn.
So y'all can reduce it by half all you want to. Yeah, if y'all ain't cleaning it, it don't matter.
What y'all need to do is throw your trash away when you walk out.
Correct.
Ooh.
Dis.
Okay. So all the stuff is closing down. South by
Yeah.
Southwest, all this big stuff. NBA.
Yeah.
NBA done.
Right.
All
All
Rudy Gobert,
sports.
hockey, Rudy Gobert,
Donovan
affecting
Mitchell.
everybody.
But, and this is just a random for those sports people in there, them 2K, 2K20, 2K. There is a belief that it may not have been Gobert who was first. It may have been Donovan Mitchell.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It was spreading and spreading and spreading. They shouldn't put that man business out there like that anyway. They shouldn't have been out saying, "Oh, he was playing around too much" and blah. But they shouldn't have been doing it. But this is not a sports podcast.
Because
Not
we
yet
can go off
anyway.
about
'Cause
that.
we can go off on about that. But all the stuff is closing. You can't go no. I mean, you can go
You
somewhere.
can go wherever you want to
but
go.
You just can't go to E3. Right? You can't go to Fan Expo Dallas. You can't go to these big events anymore. So a lot of people will be staying home. And we just checked the TV. There's nothing on TV.
No, there's nothing.
TV really, really sucks.
Better get you some Netflix.
So
we
let's-
got it, but
Let's move on to the next. Why are we showing you this? Dragon Quest 11. So, Terrence, you ran across an article that said what now?
So, since everybody's at the house chilling,
Okay.
sometimes chilling, as we used to say back in my day, chilling like a villain, it's a good thing just to be at home.
Okay. Watching ANX Gamecast
Yep.
on AVersion TV.
Yep. Without having to Netflix and chill. So, I'm going to say Dragon Quest 11 is an awesome game because
Okay.
it was very
All right.
colorful. If you're a fan of Dragon Quest, this one actually is worth the money, I think.
Square Enix?
That is correct.
Akira Toriyama?
That is correct.
Okay. Then it has to be good.
So, good soundtrack.
Okay.
So I chose this one. Now the list gave us about 10 games, and nefariously, one of the games that was in there, which I would not recommend, is Death Stranding. So I said,
yeah,
let's
when you
go.
sent me that article, that's the first thing I saw on there.
I was
Now-
about to say, isn't Akira Toriyama Death Stranding?
No.
Oh.
This
Who's
is Toriyama right here.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay. I'm getting.
Now let me say
It's
this.
Kojima.
Oh, Kojima.
Let me say this. Let me say this about Death Stranding. Now, should you play the game? No, it's a bad game. However, if you just really don't have anything to do and you want to go build some bridges and deliver some packages, okay, you could you go deliver one package and that'll take up half your day. Go get you something to eat and then it's time to go to bed.
You the postman.
Right, because you're the postman. My recommendation, I don't have a slide, I don't have a graphic for it, but my recommendation would be the Call of Duty, the Warzone. It's free to play for everybody right now, and they're having a double XP weekend. I think it's for weapons and your level up and your battle, whatever it's called.
And Thursday, the service crashed on the Xbox for Call of Duty.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It crashed for everything, didn't it?
Yeah,
It wasn't just
'cause-
Call of Duty.
Yeah, but Call of Duty was one, it's more prevalent one. That's one they brought up. So, I mean, given this is the first time kids have had free reign and it's not summer, which they would
Right.
have prepared for.
Right.
So, a lot of the games on the list are RPGs, things that you can play single player and things that you don't need to be in a group to play. Now, the gaming online, it doesn't have anything to do with social distancing, because you can get on and
I
play.
don't know. It's been a couple times I swear I can smell somebody hot breath through my microphone. Headset.
Ew.
Like,
It depends on how they talk.
Stop. That's gross.
I mean, but you got it. I mean, you got those, and sometimes they've been there. They've been at home all day, and they pretty good.
But yeah, no, this would be a perfect time. I wish Final Fantasy VII was out right now.
It would be an awesome
That would have been
time.
a perfect time just to go through and just beat the crap out of that. Not that I'm in school, not that I'm out of school, blah, blah, blah. Do you have a recommendation for a game people should play while they have this extended spring break because of the coronavirus?
If you've never played Fallout 4, you should play Fallout 4 during
That's
this time.
a perfect game.
Perfect.
I'm not saying it's a great game. I don't necessarily
It's
care
the
for it.
best.
And
But-
if you have patience,
But if it's something that will take you a long time to beat.
Yeah. And it's fun.
if you do everything, it will. If you do everything,
Yeah,
if you,
so that's-
if you
that's
build
a good one.
homes and houses and defenses.
Right.
Yeah. Or because you could just spend a week just building unnecessary, camp.
Yeah.
Very unnecessary.
But it'll look cool at the end of the day.
Okay. Stick with the Dragon Quest. Stick with the Dragon Quest and leave the what's name alone. The Death Stranding. If it's in your mind, if it's in your mouth, wash it out. And spit it out.
If your mouth can form the words, "I want to play Death Stranding" on this extended coronavirus break, you probably have the virus.
Stop.
Anyway, I think that's all we got. We did it again. But we had a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
But we did it again with a little bit over. But it's all good.
We had a lot to cover.
We did have a lot to cover. So anyway, AVersion TV. Thank you everyone who's watching on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you'll be the first one to get all of these updates. What?
You're taking my thunder.
That's what you're supposed to be saying?
Yeah. But
okay,
that's
so
fine.
how about I just promote ANX Gamecast then? We have a podcast.
All
This
right.
weekly update is really an update for what we do on our podcast. It's available everywhere. You get podcasts, over 100 episodes, so go check them out. Terrence, you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
That's it for this week's update. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. See you next week.
Don't you be afraid.